Rotarian Zarir Pata from Rotary Club of Bangalore had vision to spread the Rotary movement and bring in diversity. He met me in 2017 and wanted us specially abled people to form a club. I contacted a lot of friends of mine. Though many of them rejected, I found a core group of friends who really believed in this cause. They wanted to make a difference in the society. So we began and we were chartered in February 2018. This has been a fruitful journey for all of us. We have learned, we have grown. One of the fun projects we had was the car rally in August 2018, which not only gave a lot of publicity to our club, but everyone who came had a good time. That is what Rotary stands for.
Hi all, Rotary Bangalore Abilities. The pioneering project of our club is tree plantation and make energy and oxygen to get to everybody. So with that intention, since our club's inception, we have started planting trees across different parts. Basically, we covered all the fruit-bearing plants, vegetables, flowers, different medicinal plants, and we also planted across different parts of the state, including Bangalore, Bangalore Rural, Tumkur, Kolar, Chikbalapur, Mandya, and Ramnagar districts. So as of now, since 2021 till now, we have planted more than 5,000 plants. Every year, the plantation is growing in a big way. This year, we have planted in Nagarbavi, with the support of Nagarbavi, 3,000 plantations at Kengeri, Bangalore University, and 450 fruit-bearing plants at Gauribidnur. And we made one green village at Bagepalli by planting 600 saplings. And now on 5th of June, we are doing one more project of second village, that is in Chikbalapur. We are going to plant another 500 saplings, and we are going to make one abilities park at Mulubagal.
Hi all. The flagship program of Rotary Bangalore Abilities is the Unsung Hero Award, which we give out annually on the 3rd of December, which marks the International Day of Persons with Disabilities. This award recognizes people with disabilities who have not been recognized and is given out in the vocational services area. We started this award in the year 2018, which was a joint club event with 6 clubs from the district, and we recognized 10 awardees. In the year 2019, this award became much bigger with participation from more than 15 clubs, where we recognized 8 special awardees. This event also turned out to be an impromptu fundraiser where we raised more than 3.5 lakhs, which was given away to the awardees. Last year in 2020, this award was held over the Zoom platform, and it became an all India event and had participation from more than 40 clubs from the district, where we recognized 9 awardees. In the year 2018, we had an international talk by the accessibility head of Google, Mr. Victor Zarin, which was a joint club event of more than 10 clubs. Last year, we had this event on Zoom, which was specifically targeted at creating awareness around digital accessibility, where we had brought in many speakers to speak about the different aspects of digital accessibility.
ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ತಿಳಿದಿರೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಈಗ ಕೊರೋನಾ ಒಂದು ಸಾಂಕ್ರಾಮಿಕ ರೋಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಹರಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಯನ್ನ ತಂದೊಡ್ಡಿದೆ. ಇಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂಗವಿಕಲರು ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಷ್ಟವಾದ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಇದೆ. ಇಂಥ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ರೋಟರಿ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಎಬಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ತಂಡದಿಂದ ನಾವು ಹಲವು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನ ಹಮ್ಮಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಮುಖವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೊರೋನಾ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರಿಗೆ, ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವ್ರಿಗೆ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಹಾಗೆ ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೊರೋನಾ ವಾರಿಯರ್ಸ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಆಕ್ಸಿಮೀಟರ್ಸ್, ಹಾಗೇನೆ ಮಾಸ್ಕ್, ಸ್ಯಾನಿಟೈಸರ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ PPE ಕಿಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಇನ್ನಿತರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮೆಡಿಸಿನ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ನಾವೇ ಸ್ವತಃ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಹೋಗಿ ತಲುಪಿಸಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅದಲ್ಲದೆ ನಾವು ಸುಮಾರು 100 ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿಗಳಿಗೆ ರೇಷನ್ ಕಿಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅದಲ್ಲದೆ ಕೊರೋನಾ ವಾರಿಯರ್ಸ್ಗಳಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ರೇಷನ್ ಕಿಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ.
Hello friends, my name is Rotarian Zarir Bata, past president of Rotary Club of Bangalore. If ever there was an idea whose time had come, it was Rotary Bangalore abilities. While there were many doubting Thomases, I was convinced that a Rotary Club with special members would contribute as much, if not more, to society as any other Rotary Club. With total support from my encouraging district governor, Rotarian Asha Prasanna Kumar, the club was started on 5th February 2018. RBA is history in the making. The charter president, Rotarian Justin Phillips, 2017-18, led from the front and laid a strong foundation along with his successor, Rotarian Subramani, 2018-19. President Rotarian Anandi Vishwanathan, 2019-20, took the club several notches up with some fine projects, bringing national and international attention to RBA. And who in Rotary does not know the one and only Nagraj, President 2020-2021, the most popular Rotarian in District 3190. Come 21-22, the club will be in the able hands of President Arvind and Secretary Kranti, who, supported by their excellent members, are sure to make a huge difference when they go forth to serve to change lives. RBA members have always been first off the blocks, whether it's the district governor's call for a service project or contribution to the Rotary Foundation. The RBA story till now will be incomplete without mention of committed Rotary stalwarts who have vigorously supported RBA as their assistant governors. Past President Rotarian Naveen Karyappa, past President Rotarian Devadasan, and past President Rotarian Shashikala. I am happy to see that Rotary has been a life-changing experience for RBA members. But it's also correct to say that RBA members with their special abilities, humility, and happy outlook have touched the lives of all Rotarians in District 3190, as well as the communities that they serve. Testimony to this is how RBA inspired the formation of yet another club of members with special abilities in Ahmedabad. And one looks forward to other such Rotary clubs in India and overseas in the near future. Rotary Bangalore abilities, may your tribe increase.
Good evening and a warm welcome to Rotary Bangalore Abilities IDPD Award Unsung Hero 2021-22. I humbly request all those standing outside could come and assemble in the main hall. Kindly take your seats and let's begin the program. On behalf of Rotary International, District 3190, Rotary Bangalore Abilities, and all our partnering clubs, I once again extend a warm and hearty welcome to one and all present here today on this winter evening of December 4th, 2021. A big round of applause. Welcome, 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 welcome to one and all present here today. Indeed, it's a pride and privilege of Rotary District 3190 in general and Rotary Bangalore Abilities in particular to conduct the IDPD award ceremony for the 4th consecutive year with the cooperation, support, and handholding of all its partnering clubs and District 3190 officials. Welcome all of you once again. A big round of applause to all those people who have been gathered here today. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It is indeed very, very proud moment to the entire Rotary family in general, and in fact, District 3190 has been striving very hard to support Rotary Bangalore abilities to remove all the myths and misconceptions centered around disability. In fact, it is this very occasion of the International Day of Persons with Disability, which has made its special impact by identifying people with special abilities and people who have gone an extra mile in achieving their chosen potential capabilities and areas. Let us begin today's program with a big round of applause. Clapping hands increases positivity. We want your support and encouragement, and we want to be motivated further by every club who have assembled here today. We personally thank Rotary Bangalore Abilities, personally thanks every partnering club which has assembled and joined hands with us in conducting this program in a very grand manner. And thanks to every one of you here today. Let's begin this program with the collaring of presidents. I request all the presidents to come forward in the front and collar themselves. Requesting all the joint club presidents to come forward. Kindly collar yourselves. Yeah. Yeah, we are looking forward. Yeah, collaring of the president is the first activity in any Rotary function. Thank you, presidents. Thank you, presidents, for coming and collaring yourselves. Please take your seats. Kindly request all of you to take your seats and maintain silence for taking the function forward. We next have, I request all the dignitaries who have been invited today for today's function to come to the dais. Yeah. President Arvind Aralaguppe from Rotary Bangalore Abilities. Yeah. Mr. Muniraju, Disability Director, Directorate of Differently Abled and Senior Citizen, Government of Karnataka. He's not come. Oh, he's not come. Okay. 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 Then we have Rotarian Vijay Tadimalla, Chairman. District Governor-elect, Mr. Jitendra Aneja. Yeah. Then we have request our Assistant Governor, Madam Elizabeth Cherian. Mr. Devadasan. Okay. Kranti, Secretary, Rotary Bangalore Abilities. Mr. Zarir Bata, GSR of Rotary Bangalore Abilities. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you all of you for joining. In fact, it's our privilege and pride to have our district governor-elect, Madam Assistant Governor, Madam. Thank you so much for. Thank you. We shall now begin our program by invoking the blessings of the divine. Rotarian Raghavendra from Rotary Bangalore Abilities will be giving us the invocation song.
This is the mic now. Gajananam Bhutaganadi Sevitam Kapitva Jambo Palasara Bakshitam Umashutam Shoka Vinashakarana Namami Vigneshwara Pada Pankajam Namami Vigneshwara Pada Pankajam Sharavu Mahaganapati Namage Ninnade Stuti Sharavu Mahaganapati Namage Ninnade Stuti Anudinavo Bhaktaru Ninna Nambi Iruvaru Anudinavo Bhaktaru Ninna Nambi Iruvaru Sharavu Mahaganapati Gajamukada Devane Ninage Vandane Bhaktiya Seveyali Aradhane Kashta Pariharake Margadarshaka Kapado Karunalu Vignanashaka Kapado Karunalu Vignanashaka Sharavu Mahaganapati Namage Ninnade Stuti Sharavu Mahaganapati ಶರವು ಶಿವಾಲಯದ ತೆಂಕು ದಿಕ್ಕಿನಲ್ಲಿ ದಿವ್ಯ ಮಹಾಗಣೇಶ ಅವತರಿಸಿದನಲ್ಲಿ ನಿತ್ಯವೂ ಎಡಬಿಡದೆ ನಾವು ವಂದಿಸೆ ಸಕಲ ಇಷ್ಟಾರ್ಥವ ಪರಿಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಸಕಲ ಇಷ್ಟಾರ್ಥವ ಪರಿಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಶರವು ಮಹಾಗಣಪತಿ ನಮಗೆ ನಿನ್ನದೇ ಸ್ತುತಿ ಶರವು ಮಹಾಗಣಪತಿ ಪುಣ್ಯ ಪ್ರಸಾದವೇ ಪಂಚ ಕಜ್ಜಾಯ ಮುಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ನೀಡುವ ಭಕ್ತ ಜನಪ್ರಿಯ ಸತ್ಯ ಧರ್ಮ ನೀ ತೋರೋ ನಿನ್ನ ಮಾಯಯ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿ ಸುಪೂಜಿತ ಸಿದ್ಧಿ ವಿನಾಯಕ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿ ಸುಪೂಜಿತ ಸಿದ್ಧಿ ವಿನಾಯಕ ಶರವು ಮಹಾಗಣಪತಿ ನಮಗೆ ನಿನ್ನದೇ ಸ್ತುತಿ ಅನುದಿನವೂ ಭಕ್ತರು ನಿನ್ನ ನಂಬಿ ಇರುವರು ಶರವು ಮಹಾಗಣಪತಿ ನಮಗೆ ನಿನ್ನದೇ ಸ್ತುತಿ ಶರವು ಮಹಾಗಣಪತಿ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Thank you, Rotarian Raghavendra, for that wonderful invocation. Invoking the blessings of the divine fills the atmosphere with divine positivity. Thank you so much once again. I now request President Arvind, Rotary Bangalore Abilities, to give us the welcome address.
Good evening, everyone. A warm welcome to the celebration of International Day of Persons with Disability. To begin with, I would like to invite Rotary International Director, Rotarian Dr. Mahesh Kotbagi sir. And I would also like to invite Mr. Muniraju, Disability Director, differently abled and senior citizen, Government of Karnataka. I request Mr. Muniraju to please come on to the dais. And I would also like to invite DG Fazal Mahmood, District 3190, and DG Rufin Lima Quenam, District 9102. And I would also like to invite all the past district governors who all are present here. And I would also like to invite our DGE Jitendra Aneja sir, and I would also like to invite DGE Victor Asante from District 9102. And I would also like to invite District International Services Director, ACN Murthy sir and Milin sir. And I would also like to invite Vocational Services Director Arun Belur and Kalpana Shrilata Madam. And I would also like to invite District International Day Services Director Rotarian Shankar Shastri sir. And I would also like to invite our AG Elizabeth Madam, Devadasan sir, Shashikala Madam, and Naveen Karyappa sir. And I would also like to invite Rotarian Vijay Tadimala, Chairman, PSMT. Here I would like to mention two things. We are all sitting here because of two persons. One is our past AG and past President Devadasan sir. He is the one who started this event in 2018. He spoke with 4 clubs and he is the one who started this event. And from the 2019, our best friend and guide Vijay Tadimala sir is supporting in all the ways. He is also sponsoring and he is continuing his guidance and support. I really thank him for all his encouragement and support. And I would also like to invite my sister club co-president, Rotarian Sarvan Kumar. And I would also like to invite all the partnering and participating co-presidents and Rotary Club of Bangalore staff and all the Rotarians. And I would also like to invite all the awardees and juries. And I would also like to invite all our Rotary Bangalore Abilities members and all the Rotaractors and Interactors. And I would also like to invite all the friends of Rotary and friends in Rotary. And I would also like to invite each and everyone. If I missed out anyone, please excuse me. Once again, warm welcome to each and everyone. Thank you, and over to Priya.
Thank you, President Arvind, for that elaborate and welcome address that you have given. In fact, it has been a wonderful, wonderful thing to listen to you. And I, on behalf of Rotary Bangalore Abilities and our president, I once again welcome our Rotary International Director, Mr. Mahesh Kodbagi, Dr. Mahesh Kodbagi, our beloved District Governor, Sir, Fazil Mahmood, Sir, and our sister club, and all of you gathered here today, taking personal interest in Rotary Bangalore Abilities IDPD Award Ceremony. I now request our Assistant Governor, Madam Rotarian Elizabeth Cherian, to introduce our chief guest, International District Director, Rotarian Dr. Mahesh Kodbagi. Looking forward for your introduction, Madam.
Thank you, Priya. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I deem it my honor to introduce our chief guest for the evening, RI Director 2123, Dr. Mahesh Kodbagi, a medical doctor, a gynecologist, an entrepreneur, an adventure, travel, nature, and a bike enthusiast, and a tall Rotary leader, born into a family of freedom fighters and doctors. His father inspired him from a very young age to use his professional acumen in the service of society. He is a doctor of medicine and gynecology from Pune University, has been Senate member and honorary professor in several management and medical colleges. Having watched healthcare systems closely at the grassroots, Dr. Kodbagi wished that none should be denied healthcare and was committed to providing accessible and affordable healthcare. A small hospital in 1991 that was set up has grown into a large multi-specialty hospital with ISO 9001-2000 certification. He has been instrumental in sharing the technical know-how of setting up several low-cost healthcare centers. He has realized his father's wish to serve society through his profession by leading efforts to educate and empower children and women from rural areas, and has been involved in polio corrective surgeries and eye surgeries. He has ensured meaningful livelihood for many and has a passion for vocational services too. He was invited to join the Rotary Club of Pune Sport City in 1995 and served as the youngest district governor of RI District 3130 in 2005-06. Since then, he has donned multiple roles and has had several Rotary assignments, including that of having been RI President's representative, international training leader, chairman, South Asia Literacy Summit, co-chair, vice chair of many Rotary institutes and summits. He has also pioneered the use of technology and AV conferences in many districts, Rotary institutes and summits in Rotary India. He has been chairman GETS, Governor-elect Training Seminar 2020, co-chair RILM and Rotary Institute and trustee of the Rotary India Humanity Foundation. With exceptional oratorial and written skills, combined with a sense of humor and alignment with ideals of philosophy, he is a much sought after speaker at various Rotary and non-Rotary programs and events. His keen research interests has had him write on subjects like district rules and procedures, hand guide promotion of the Rotary Foundation, Rotary International Youth Exchange, audio and video films on Rotary subjects, global matching grants, and other grants have also been published. Dr. Mahesh Kotbagi is a recipient of the Rotary's Service Above Self Award, TRF's Citation of Meritorious Service, and the Polio Plus Appreciation Award. He is Major Donor Level 3 and Benefactor. Married to Dr. Amita, past Rotary President, past Assistant Governor, trainer in many a Rotary forum, and a Rotary member for more than 20 years. His daughter Chinmayi, Dr. Chinmayi is a radiologist. Daughter Sana is into the field of science. Presenting to this august audience, Rotary International Director, Dr. Mahesh Kotbagi, an exemplary and visionary Rotary leader, donning several hats and all of them to perfection. Thank you, and over to you, Priya. Over to you, Dr. Mahesh Kotbagi.
Thank you, Rotary Club of Abilities. I was enjoying those flowers on the podium when the introduction was going on. More than my introduction, I like those colorful flowers. You know, life is all about colors. I like the word abilities, especially which you have defined for a club of Rotary. In fact, few months back, first time when I came across this name, Rotary Club of Abilities, that itself had, developed a lot of curiosity in me. At some time, I'll try to connect with all of you. And then one of my very close colleagues from your district, past Governor, Samir Haryani, he did try to connect me on this particular forum today. Samir not only is the young PDG representative at our Rotary board, but also supports these kinds of causes through his own company, TSMT, which I am much aware and sorted off. I think today I wish I could have come there in person, but today we had 2 Rotary Foundation seminars and talking about the abilities of normal Rotarians to live and doing a good in the world. First of all, I don't believe that there can be any word in the dictionary called disability. There is no word like a disability, and I feel that it is special ability which I can always talk about. And I think you are doing a great work by honoring these unsung heroes who have got great vision, great ability, great enthusiasm, and more important, great zeal to live a better life without any complaints, and showcasing that yes, there are no such lacunas in their life with all whatever has happened because of the God's concern. We always say that there is Pancha Jnanendriya and Pancha Karmendriya. Whenever we talk about these disabilities, invariably one of the Karmendriya is either non-functional or maybe lesser functional, and that is why such things happen. I was also very happy that Fazal Mahmood and Rufain Lima, specifically from Ghana, came together for this particular program. And I can see some of the crowd sitting here to receive these awards. I worked with a couple of, NGOs very closely with this particular subject. In fact, let me tell you, our own Rotary Club in Pune, we meet at a special center, which is called as a Bal Kalyan Samstha. And that is a separate special center which we created, developed for around about 1,500 special ability children all across Pune Revenue District. And last 25 years, even our Rotary meeting happens only in that particular hall where we all connect. And I have seen amazing potential in these people. Someone can sing better, someone can draw, someone can run nice, someone can also, do so many artifacts sitting at one place. So you can never ever, underestimate the power of these people. In fact, ours is the first Rotary Club whose charter president was blind. And he was the first president who was the charter blind president. And I worked very closely as a secretary of him while working with all these, his visionary programs. So when I asked him, what does he want from me? You'll be surprised to know. He said, I don't want to see a single blind in this world. So man with a blind life, talking about a vision that I don't want to see any blind in this world. And what can I do to this world? Later on, we all together created one of the biggest Rotary hospital, which served 100 surgeries free of cost per day through networking of several NGOs like Christopher Blind Mission, Sight Savers, Arvind Eye Hospital, and several to coming together. So I think the closest work which I saw with him was phenomenally different. In fact, I used to travel at different locations through the Bal Kalyan Samstha for this particular cause. But I have seen more than the skill set, the dedication and the superpower, which I say, the sixth sense, what these people have as a phenomenal thing, which one cannot imagine without going through so closely. I remember once I was traveling to Australia with the group of blind people, and let me admit that their bags were properly well maintained rather than my own bag, which I could see and they could not see. Their presentations at the conferences were much more powerful and much more systematic than even what I could do it. We have some of the competitions like Olympics, and I will tell you, the way these people perform at these competitions. We have something like a swimming competition for Olympic children. We have competitions where they do the horse riding, they play. We have some of the best stage shows and one of the best orchestras and symphony shows. What these all people come together and they perform. They can do a proper lyrics. They can do a good choreography. They can do the best stage shows. So I think when I say a differently abled, they come from a very different fields, but they have one common factor of life, that they want to live a good life and which they deserve. And I think that is the reason to recognize these all people is one of the best, project in terms of Rotary ability, which has taken today. I'm very glad that I am part of this program today. And I'm going to give my best wishes to all of you to promote this cause. More is, what Rotary does good in the world, one factor is very important. It tells people that there is no human being in this world who does not have the power to live good. And I think that kind of, creating a positive ripple action in everyone's life is what one of the Rotary's core priority is. Because if you give confidence in people's life that yes, you can do it, and yes, we together will do it, I think that, a very, very different kind of enthusiasm. I can say adrenaline gets pushed in these people and they feel very positive, and they never say that I am unable to do because of any of these disabilities. So I think the disability is in the brain. The disability is in the heart. The disability is in the thinking process. So I feel one who thinks positive can never ever be a disabled person in this world. Rest all, anatomically, physiologically, one can become disabled with the God's choice, or maybe with sometimes biomedical issues, but one can never try to go into a mental distress thinking that he cannot do something positively. So my message today is only one thing: rest all disabilities in the world can succumb, but never have a thinking that something I am unable to do it mentally. And once you have this command on you, then I think whatever examples you see in the world, the special people who climbed Mount Everest, the special people who jumped on so high, the special people who wrote books, the special people who gave one of the best musics. I remember in our college days, one of my best songs was by Stevie Wonder. So Stevie Wonder was one of the best composer, musician, an artist, and a stage show who never ever, thought that he's blind. I also remember there's a very, very beautiful song which depicted, there is a sculpturist which has been shown, and in that entire song, the song is depicted that he has never seen that particular lover of his life. But without seeing the lover, the sculpturist starts making the entire sculpture of his own lover, which is not only resemblance to his lover, but as good as the real picture in that sculpture. So, ladies and gentlemen, remember one thing: the ability to think positive is the only mantra of today's evening. My best wishes to both these districts and especially Rotary Club of Abilities for conducting this program. And God bless to all those, and my congratulations to all the award winners who are here. Thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Director Sir. Thank you so much for that touching, that sensitive observation that you have. And at the outset, I would like to thank our PDG, Dr. Samir Haryani, for bringing you today for this function. And we'll be more than happy and grateful if you can stay along with us to the entire program and to observe and guide us as to how we can take Rotary Bangalore Abilities activities, not just at the district level, but at the state, national, and international level. And so rightly, Sir pointed out that disability is not at the physical level. It is in the way we think. It is in our emotions. It is in our attitude. And it is that which makes all the difference. In fact, people with disability have to strive a lot, not with their disability, but with handling attitudes, and it's just alternative ways of handling. Sir, you have put across so many points in such a touching and sensitive manner that we will be proud and we will be very grateful if you can extend your support to take our activities at a much higher level, so that the benefits of Rotary and Rotary Bangalore Abilities goes to a higher and greater heights and to spreads to all the states of India and abroad. We are very, very grateful to you, sir. We will be very happy if you can stay along with us. Give him a big round of applause for the support and encouragement. Much bigger round of applause. We want you to bring your hands together. He has spent time, his valuable time, and his presence has made all the difference to make this program a grand success. So we'll be very, very thankful to you. Once again, thank you, PDG, sir, for bringing our Dr. Mahesh Kodbagi, sir. Thank you, sir. We shall now move on to the next program by talking about the importance of IDPD, that is International Day of Persons with Disability. Now, I request our immediate past president, Nagaraj H., Rotarian Nagaraj H., to come and give us the importance of the day. Welcome to you, Rotarian Nagaraj. Yeah.
Yeah. Good evening, everybody. Ellargu namaskara. So I welcome all of you to the fourth day of December 4th is a special day in the history of Rotary Bangalore Abilities and all of us that we are celebrating a World Disabled Day. Wish you all happy World Disabled Day first. And this year, a very special year for all of us. I would like to give out the message to you all. The annual observance of the International Day of Disabled Persons IDPD was proclaimed in the year 1992 by the United Nations General Assembly Resolution 47/3. It aims to promote the rights and well-being of the persons with disabilities in all spheres of society and the development, to increase an awareness about the situation of the persons with disabilities in every aspect of political, social, economic, and cultural life. Building on many decades of United Nations works in the field of disability, the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, CRPD, was adopted in the year first by 2006, and India was also ratified this as a further advancement in the rights and well-being of the persons with disabilities in the implementation of 2030 Agenda of Sustainable Development and other international development frameworks, such as the Sendai framework with the disaster risk reduction, the Charter on the Inclusion of Persons with Disabilities in Humanitarian Action, the New Urban Agenda, and the Addis Abeba's Action Agenda on the financing of the development. The International Day of Persons with Disabilities was observed every year on the 3rd of December. And the theme of this 2021 International Day of Persons with Disability is liberty and the leadership and the participation of the persons with disabilities towards an inclusive, accessible, sustainable post-COVID-19. The world with disability inclusion is an essential condition to uphold the human rights, sustainable development, and the access of the security. It is also the central to the promise of the 2030 Agenda of Sustainable Development to leave no one behind. The commitment to realizing the rights of the persons with disabilities is not only a matter of the justice, it is an investment in economic and common future. The global crisis of the COVID-19 is deepening, is very worst, pre-existing inequalities, exposing extent of the exclusion, highlighting the works that no inclusion of disabilities is there, which is we have to bring the disabled person into mainstream. The persons with disabilities are more than 1 billion people who are excluded groups in our society and are among the hardest hit through the crisis in terms of the fatality, even under the normal circumstances. The persons with disabilities are less likely to access healthcare, education, training, employment, and participation in the common community. An integrated approach is also required to the ensurement of the persons with disabilities who are left behind the disability issues. So the disability inclusion will be resulted in the COVID-19 response of the recovery of the better serves everyone. The the suppressing of the viruses has affected a lot, so that everybody should bring back to the normal life. So for that, I wanted to request all of you, we have to respond to the complex situation, reach the benefits to all the people. The Disability Act is replaced of 1995 to 2016. It is called as Rights of Persons with Disability Act, which has 70, earlier act has a 76 sections, and the present act has a 102 sections with 17 chapters, and it is actually includes such 21 types of disabilities, rights and entitlements, education, training and development, employment, social security, health, rehabilitation, recreation, special provisions of benchmark disabilities, high support needs, duties and responsibilities of state and central government, registration of NGOs and granting aids, certifications to the persons with disabilities, advisory boards, committees of district committees, state and central commissioners, special court and national and state funds, as well as offense and penalties, and finally the miscellaneous such as research, development, technology, aids and appliances to empower disabled persons. So finally, I would like to thank all of you for being with us and making this event memorable. So thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, our immediate past President Nagaraj. You have brought RBA to such great heights. Thank you so much for that elaborate and wonderful brief about the importance of the day.
To the left, because it's in the corner of the screen.
That's okay. Now I request our true well-wisher to RBA, Rotarian Vijay Tarimala, to express his views about the function.
Good evening, everybody. District Governor-elect Jitendra Aneja, President Arvind, our GSR Zarir, Assistant Governor Elizabeth, and my dear friend as well, and everybody of the dais, members of Rotary, guests, well-wishers. Good evening to all of you. Thank you again, as in I should thank Arvind and Rotary Bangalore Abilities for giving me the opportunity to be part of this wonderful event year on year. The first time I visited was in 2019, when it was the second year of the IDPD Awards. And I must say, it opened my mind to the possibilities and opened my eyes to the realities. And since then, I said, extraordinary abilities have to be recognized. And this event we have been part of as TSMT, again, an opportunity given by Rotary Bangalore Abilities and the then District Governor, Dr. Samir Haryani. We are here today, and Arvind and Rotary Bangalore Abilities, it's our commitment and promise that every year we are with you on this day, IDPD, and let's make it bigger, better. And like I suggested, and we had a discussion, next year, let us identify more awardees and ensure that we have at least 1,000 audience attending. So congratulations to all of you and Rotary Bangalore Abilities. And thank you for this opportunity for having me here. I apologize to all that I have to leave now in a minute or so. And again, thank you, Arvind, and the entire Rotary Bangalore Abilities team. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Vijay Tarimala, sir. Thank you so much for your presence, your support, your encouragement. It is of great, immense value to the development of RBA. Thank you so much. I request Kranti Secretary to felicitate Mr. Vijay Tarimala. A big round of applause for people who are so supportive. Thank you so much, sir. Yes, thank you, Kranti.
I must confess, I'm not used to all these felicitations, Kranti.
It's just a token of affection.
I'm very humbled by this, but that's not me. And I was just telling Elizabeth that I don't like to be on the dais. You made me sit here. I don't like to speak, and you made me speak, and now talking about frustration. I don't deserve it, and definitely
no,
not.
Sir, you deserve all the respect and love from our side. Thank you so much, Kranti. Thank you so much. Next, we have. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Kranti, for all the effort that you have been taking to recognize the token of gesture that you have been passing on to every member who's been contributing to our club. Thank you so much. Thank you. A round of photograph? Huh? No, it's okay. We next have our next program is reading the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres message from the United Nations. The theme for the day is sustainability about that. And I request our Assistant Governor, Madam Elizabeth Cherian, to read out the message for us. Thank you. Over to you, Madam.
Message from the Secretary General, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres. He is the 9th Secretary General of the United Nations. Realizing the rights, agency, and leadership of persons with disabilities will advance our common future. We need everyone, including persons with disabilities, on board to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. Around the world, persons with disabilities and their representative organizations are taking action to realize the call. Nothing about us without us. COVID-19 has laid bare the persistent barriers and inequalities faced by the world's 1 billion persons with disabilities who have been among the hardest hit by the pandemic. A disability-inclusive pandemic response and recovery should be guided by persons with disabilities themselves, forge partnerships, tackle injustice and discrimination, expand access to technology, and strengthen institutions to create a more inclusive, accessible, and sustainable post-COVID-19 world. I urge all countries to fully implement the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, increase accessibility, and dismantle legal, social, economic, and other barriers with the active involvement of persons with disabilities and their representative organizations. On this International Day of Persons with Disabilities, let us commit to build a sustainable, inclusive, and just future for everyone, leaving no one behind.
Thank you so much, Assistant Governor, Madam, for that wonderful message that you have read it out for us. Now we now have our District Governor-elect, sir, Mr. Jitendra Aneja, sir. We kindly request you to address the gathering. Yeah, we need his introduction, Madam Elizabeth Cherian, to give his elaborate introduction. Ms. Amala would be introducing our DGE, sir.
Hello. Jitendra Aneja, the District Governor Elite 2020-23 for Rotary International District 3190, was born to Srimati Pushpa and Sri Chetan Das Aneja in New Delhi into an extended joint family that was uprooted by the partition of India. In this formative years, his parents instilled in him the values of service, patriotism, humanity, and humility. Growing up in a joint family instilled in him the spirit of sharing and cooperation and taking everybody along with him. He believes in a strong social balance sheet of life as a measure of success rate than wealth. Jitendra was an all-rounder and excelled in academics, sports, extracurricular activities, and whatnot. He excelled in athletics and represented Delhi State in cross-country races on 2 occasions. Mr. Jitendra completed his mechanical engineering from Delhi College of Engineering and post-graduation diploma in sales and marketing management from Faculty of Management Studies, University of Delhi. He has established a business of import and distribution of medical and scientific equipment from Europe in 1985. His company is now a market leader for dermatology, dental laser, as well as dental and surgical operating microscope. Married to Rotarian Sudhana in 1989, the couple are blessed with 2 children. Having moved to Bengaluru in 1994, Jitendra joined Rotary Bangalore South Parade in 2001. As club president in 2006-07, he brought a great focus on community service, membership development, and TRF. He has served Rotary in various positions. Jitendra was the Assistant Governor for the year 2012-13 and District Director for Youth Services, International Service Membership, Development and Vocational Service in subsequent years. He was also District Training Team members for the 2 years. He was Director for Membership Development, Internal Extension in the year 2015-16. When District 3190 achieved the world record by establishing 52 new clubs and adding 2187 members under leadership of Nagesh. He served as the district secretary during the tenure of HR Anand in the year 2016-17, which was another successful year all round for the district. During the service, he also initiated several new programs for life skills management and entrepreneurial development for the youth, professional learning programs for Rotarians, meetings and sustained interactions with foreign sister clubs via the internet, starting new fellowships and tie-up with the United Nations. His contribution to fundraising in the district has been immense with sharing and organizing musical programs as chairman of Kamneet and Dil Ki Awaaz, besides being a backbone for Rishi Kapoor Mega Musical Night. Ladies and gentlemen, Rotary International District 3190 Governor, Elite Jitendra Aneja. Please give him a round of applause.
Thank you, Ms. Amala, for that good introduction. Thank you so much. Amala has been a wonderful, dedicated volunteer of RBA, and she has always been very supportive. I now request our District Governor-elect, Sir, Mr. Rotarian Jitendra Aneja, to address the gathering.
Thank you, Priya. Let us clap for Priya. What a wonderful MC she has been today. Great work. And thank you, Amla, for the introduction. Well, friends, I hope our dear RI Director Mahesh Kotbagi is there or left. Fazal is also not here. So, but I hope our DG from RID 3190, Rotarian Rufin Lima Cunham, guest of honor, Mr. Muni Raju, he has also not arrived. Okay. DG from Ghana, my co-governor who is going to be Rotarian Victor Asante, Assistant Governor Elizabeth Cherian, President Arvind, President RP Shamkumar from RC Abuasi from RID 9102, Secretaries, distinguished awardees, Zarir, Devdasan, who have done great work, interactors, all dear members and presidents of such big list. I'm so delighted. I think more than 36 clubs are there in the list, and I'm wondering why my club is not there. I will tell you the reason. So warm welcome to all of you and the wonderful members of Abilities. You are doing a great job. I'm delighted to be here. First of all, it's a matter of envy for me. Arvind, he did such diligent follow for me. I had so much engagements on this day, but moment he said, I said, I will cancel everything. I should be here. So I'm proud to be here. I'm pleased to be here. But more than that, I really envy Arvind, how you are able to remember each and every name. We keep forgetting, but he remembered everything from heart. This is the God's gift. Well, friends, it is widely said you are limited by your abilities you have and not by the disabilities. And as Oscar Pistorius, the famous Blade Runner, put it little differently, he said, you are not disabled by the disabilities you have. You are able by the abilities you have. He put it in a positive manner. I think it is very well demonstrated in your actions. We have had, Mahesh Kotbagi mentioned to you that we have had several stalwarts in each of the areas you pick up, whether it's literature, music, who have excelled in life in spite of all the setbacks or disabilities they might have had experienced. Personally, in my own life, I've been grappling, and that is one of the reasons I came to Bangalore was because of my son who needed corrective surgeries in Chennai. So I shifted my hometown from Delhi to here. But let me tell you, it has been a fantastic journey, grappling things, fighting things. But what has kept us all going is the all positive attitude, only thinking about the future in a positive manner. Don't think of the setback which you might have momentarily. And what a result. Today, I'm so proud how my son has emerged out of this. It is a fantastic thing. And probably, each one of you, as the member of this Rotary Abilities, would have had the same kind of story or same kind of thing, I always say, what we have to learn from people like you. It distinguishes you. What is it that distinguishes you from other normal beings like me or others who are sitting here today? You always stay focused. You literally embody a spirit of fighting and conquering the obstacles. This determination is something that makes you succeed, and that is what we should learn out from all of you. Yes, you can clap for yourself. And not only that, once you have joined this platform, you are not only a recipient of it, you are the givers of service today. This is the fantastic aspect of Rotary Abilities and the people who are joining Rotarians with these special abilities as such. And as Elizabeth was telling me when I walked in, the kind of effort which has gone into preparation for this program is something tremendous, which probably, like Mahesh was saying, his bag was always in disarray, and the bags carried by people who couldn't see everything was in order. This is something fantastic. Well, friends, this is an aspect of life which we have to live with. We can't brush it under the carpet. It is said about statistics says like this: about 10% of the world's population is afflicted with one or the other kind of disability. And in India, something about 2.6% of the people fall in this category, out of which about 20% are with the motor disabilities. So what are we doing about it? There was a paradigm shift. The governments have been trying to do a lot. People are very sensitive, but are we seeing that change on the streets? Are we seeing the change in the attitudes? Now, this is something which we need to ponder upon, because right after the act which was proposed in 1995, the whole attitudinal change in the thinking of the government and government service came, because it became a matter of, rather than charity, it moved to a matter of rights for the people. And there was a sense of promoting equal opportunities. But more than that, I think the key change came throughout the world. See, what you see changes is in small cities or big cities, big towns, but as you start moving out, it starts diluting. Same thing was there in all the worldwide, where few countries were taking care of these situations, but it was not there. And then the UN said, look, let us take out a charter, a resolution, and which came as the Convention on the Rights of the Persons and Disabilities. A resolution was taken up in 2006. And it was ratified by, I think, still not all the 200 countries have ratified it. It is almost about 186 plus. So you can imagine, even after 15 years, a lot of work needs to be done in that area as well. Anyhow, the United Nations does not define disability. They have left it very, very open. And it is worth noting. And if you see the wording, how they say it, you will really appreciate. They say disability is an evolving concept. It's not something you can very well define in something. And that disability results from the interaction between persons and impairments and attitudinal and environment barriers that hinders full and effective participation in society on an equal basis with others. I think the true justice will be done when we will create a society where this is barrier free And it provides total equal opportunities, not only in big cities, but every nook and corner of our country and every nook and corner of the world. You know, I've traveled abroad a lot of times. I find it so interesting that people with disabilities can walk through the streets, stay any place, do anything seamlessly, even travel on trains. To like these things we are still missing in India. Let me tell you, it's a challenge. These people are we people. I have faced these challenges with my son. Everything, every step is a challenge you have to encounter. You know, this something which should be seamless, and this is what UN is trying to bring about it. So what as Rotarians we should be doing? We always say we Rotarians are always different and we do things differently. So what is our role? I think the biggest role is rather, of course, we can do a lot. You know, we are doing a lot in several areas, you know, in preventive blindness to the providing motor local, limbs, hands. We are doing work. And typically, the biggest disorder or disability which the whole world is facing, and especially post-COVID, you will realize is the mental disorders. This is also a big form of disability. And I'm so happy the club like even Rotary Midtown is doing a human service in this area as such. From our club, Mahesh Kotbagi mentioned that their charter president was a person who couldn't see. Let me tell you the kind of vision these people bring in. In my own club, Rotary Junction, when we invited one member, Santosh Kejriwal, he was also member of Asha's team. Yes, there is co-president. Fantastic. Moment I saw him, I said, I should make this person a president of my club. And within 3 years, he was leading our club with a great vision, I can tell you. He led our club, and that is where we brought in focus in our club in 2 areas. That year, we said that we will work in the area of blindness, and I'm pleased to say we established a very nice facility that is called OCT. It's an instrument which measures the progression of people who lose the vision after a certain time, you know, because of the retina. It is called optical coherent tomography machine, which we installed through a global grant, and it progresses. Measures the progression of the retinitis pigmentosa and macular degeneration of the retina. And also we established a mobile eye clinic, which we have given 2 years ago to the Sharda Eye and Dental Clinic. And this year, we have done a 3-day camp to provide artificial limbs to about 386 beneficiaries, which will be scaled to about 1,000. So that is the reason I'm wondering why all the 36, 38 names you have here, why Junction name is missing. I do not know, maybe it's a lacuna. So it could be corrected next year, but I'm so proud to be here. Next year, please, it will be my year, it will be your year. And probably as Vijay Tadimala has mentioned that probably you need to award them during an audience which will have 1,000 year. I will invite you to pick up one gentleman, we will award him on my installation night. This is a promise. So you will get more than 1,000 audience. Please pick up Elizabeth, take it, Zarir, take it forward with this club. One gentleman, we will award it on the day when I am taking on as the governor. Well, friends, apart from this, the service remains our motto in Rotary. So whenever we are here on the Rotary platform, in spite of whatever the good work you are doing with these awards tonight, I will again urge each one of you to keep contributing to Rotary as such. We are in this year which we are saying serve to change lives. But let me tell you one thing. University of California in Berkeley have a center which they call as the Greater Good Center. And they carried out a study. And what did that study show? Fantastic results. This was a study done on areas of compassion, happiness, and altruism. And they published a paper which is called Science of Generosity. Now, this is which every Rotarian should know and take it out. And what did the paper say? That they found that volunteering has a tangible impact on physical health. It lowers the blood pressure as well as the mortality risk. And on molecular level, it is linked to the reduction in the expression of certain genes, which could result in smaller risk of developing inflammatory diseases. You know, who are doctors who are, Elizabeth would know it, and people who would, are engaged in the medical sciences, you know, they will know that these are the gene triggers which cause probably inflammation in the body, and which are great risk for the disease, development of the disease in the body. So not only for the good of the people you give, you do it for your own good. You know, it's a proven science. So better join Rotary, get your friends, get this message along, that probably if you want to add 5-7 years to your life, join Rotary, join service, and join people like these special abilities who are able to do work. And finally, I will end with this saying that in the end, it is the thought backing the action and the intention behind the action which makes the difference. So not only action per se. So whatever you do, perform from your heart and soul with utmost devotion, deep devotion and acute awareness. The result will be astounding. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, District Governor-elect, sir. Thank you so much. He is so empathetic, so well-informed. And let me tell you just one line about RBA is we have been receiving services from people right from the beginning. So when RBA was formed, we decided that it was time for us to give back. So that is the group with which RBA has been formed. Thank you so much for all your support, and we look forward for your continued encouragement. A big round of applause for the sensitivity with which our DG spoke. Thank you so much. And now let us have a small brief about RBA from our GSR, Governor's Special Representative of Rotary Bangalore Abilities, the man behind starting Rotary Bangalore Abilities. A quick brief, sir. Thank you. Over to Zarish, sir.
Priya's used two words which were, you can call them the operative words, a small brief and a quick brief. So I'll have to fulfill her desire and her requirement. Good evening, Rotary International Director, Mahesh Kudbagi sir, DG Fazal, DG Jitendra, for your inspirational talk. AG Elizabeth, President Arvind, all the presidents and all my friends. I had a dream. I had a dream where people with special abilities needed to make a mark on the world, where they wanted to be givers as much as any one of us, where Rotary would provide that opportunity and platform. I had a dream where there would be an inspiration to many others. I had a dream that they would develop associations across the country and across the world. And then I opened my eyes and saw Rotary Bangalore Abilities, making it a reality. They have held a special place in the hearts of Rotary leadership. District Governors Asha, Samir, Nagendra Prasad, and now DG Fazal. And they will, I know, have a special place in the hearts of our incoming leaders, DG Jitendra Aneja, DGN Uday, and DGND Srinivas Murthy. I have seen their presidents, Justin, Subramani, Anandi, Nagraj, do some exceptional work. And now Arvind going beyond that with his exceptional projects and programs. So professional, today's program is such a great testimony to it. And I'm sure that the club will also do wonders in the hands of Kranti and the future presidents. In fact, the exceptional talent and passion I see in each one of RBA's members makes them stars and ready to take on the mantle of leadership. I have seen their assistant governors, Naveen, my friend Devadasan, Sashikala, and now Elizabeth, give them their wholehearted support. In fact, all of us who have associated with Rotary Bangalore Abilities have developed amongst us a special, unexplained bond amongst ourselves. I have seen how Rotarians, you just heard Rotarian Vijay Tadimala. I've seen how Rotarians like Vijay Tadimala have opened their hearts to support them year after year. I am seeing how the RC Obuasi from Ghana has developed a strong sister club relationship with Rotary Bangalore Abilities. Remember, they are the first Rotary club of their kind in the world for people with special abilities. And they have inspired others to follow in Ahmedabad, the United States, and hopefully soon in Australia. I close my eyes and dream of so many things RBA will do. And when I open them, I see RBA is already doing them. God bless Rotary Bangalore Abilities for a glorious future. And may I request all of you to join me in saying 3 cheers for RBA. 3 cheers for RBA. Hip hip, hooray. Hip hip, hooray. Hip hip. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Zarir sir. But for you today, there would not be a Rotary Bangalore Abilities and there would not be an IDPD award ceremony. That is exactly why I was very particular that you had to come and speak your intentions with which you started Rotary Bangalore Abilities, and you did the out of box thinking. And we look forward for many more people to do such things for the life of persons with disability to be uplifted. Thank you very much, Zarir sir, for all your continuous mentoring that you have been doing to RBA. Now, a big round of applause for Rotary Bangalore Abilities being started. It's a 4th successful year, and thank you so much, sir, once again. We next have our wonderful relationship being established with our sister club, Rotary Club of Obuasi, 1902. I request Secretary Quaim Anor, Rotarian, to give a brief introduction about the sister club, Rotary Club of Obuasi. Over to you, sir. He's joining us online.
Good evening, fellow Rotarians in India, and good afternoon to fellow Rotarians in Ghana. Rotary International Director, District Governor Fazar, District Governor-elect, Assistant Governors, Rotary Club Presidents, Rotary Club officers, fellow Rotarians and retractors, interactors, and guests. It is with great pleasure that we join in humble fellowship to witness this day. Our partnership with the Rotary Club of Abilities has been one of a kind. We would forever cherish the fellowship we share through the efforts of Rotary President Arvind and the rest of the team. Today, as we celebrate the International Ceremony for Disabilities and People with Physical Challenges, we all say a great congratulations to our awardees, to ourselves, and to all that has made this event very possible. I am so much touched on behalf of our district governor, Rotary District 9102, DJ Rufin Lima, on behalf of our district governor-elect, Mr. Victor Asante, on behalf of our president, Rotarian Sawan Kumar, our board members, and the rest of the team in Ghana, I would like to congratulate all awardees and end by saying that Rotary Club of Obuasi, having a membership of 22, being chartered 3 years ago, with enormous projects being done so far, our partnership with the Rotary Club of Abilities is generating so much euphoria and friendship in Ghana. And we are so much excited to be part of this ceremony. As said in the earlier speeches, we all must take note at a point in our lives that we are physically challenged. It is not just people without sight, without limbs, but each and every one of us at a point in our lives are physically challenged. We deserve to celebrate this day, and let's all know in our hearts that what is happening today will be marked in the histories of Rotary, in the histories of India, in the history of Ghana, and the rest of the world. Our partnership with you will transcend beyond this event and will continue for generations to come. We wish to appreciate your time, your efforts, all the resources that you've committed to make this day a success. And we always wish to say congratulations to our awardees, to our fellow Rotarians who are aspiring to win and be added to the list of nominations. We would make next year memorable. And we hope to be on the international platform with this event so that next year and the years beyond, it will be a collaborative effort of many countries in the world, not just India and Ghana. To Rotarian President Arvind and the rest of the team, we congratulate you for your efforts. May God bless you. Long live Rotary Club of Obuasi. Long live Rotary Club of Abilities. Long live Ghana and long live India. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Secretary Queen Anur, sir. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. We are looking forward for joint projects with you. Thank you so much. Now, coming to the climax of today's program, we have the list of announcing the list of awardees who are present today. We have 9 distinguished chosen achievers who have been selected for today's IDPD award ceremony. They are here to tell us that nothing stops us. The 9 gems we have today have brought their success, achievement, and positivity to the forefront, leaving behind their disability. The entire Rotary family is very proud of every achiever. Your success and achievement will go a long way in removing the myths and misconceptions centered around disability. I shall read out the names of the awardees, and I request all the volunteers to help them come forward so that they can be recognized and identified. The list of awardees. Mr. V. Ashwin Kumar, are they all there? Just that we can make note that they're all there. Mr. Madhusudan H. Yeah, they're all there. Yeah. Syed Ashik Pasha. Rajakumari Chandramukhi, madam. V. Sharadnag, Sunil Kumar MJ, Krishna Sheth, and we have two people joining us online, Dr. Soumya Patil, Soumya S. Patil, and Mr. Morris Bayerber from Obivasi. Just that our Madam Rajakumari Chandramukhi, we will just recognize her presence first. Rajakumari Chandramukhi, Madam, we look forward for the appreciation and success that you have had. Her category is chronic neurological condition. We have her sister also along with us. We welcome you also, Madam. And I request President Rotarian Shankar Subramaniam, sir, from RMB to read out the citation.
It gives me, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce my dear friend, Rajkumari, to you. I've known Rajkumari for the last 20 odd years. And one thing we can talk about her is that if you want motivation, inspiration, and somebody to make your day, you just need to speak to her for a few minutes, and she's somebody who can cheer you up in 5 minutes. I remember once my mom went to her with some, my mom was a little down and she was having a, very dull face. So Rajkumari asked her, what's wrong with you? She said, no, I've got little problem. I'm going to the doctor and all that. She said, you come to me, I'll give you buy one, take one free. I've got problem with me. So that's the kind of spirit that she has. I have great pleasure in introducing her to you. Rajkumari Chandramukhi works as an Assistant Commissioner of Central Tax, Bangalore. She was the only lady candidate in her batch. Even with deteriorating health challenges, she has not stopped working. She'll be retiring on 31/5/2022 after completing 34 years of service to the department. She lives alone and manages all the housework and office work independently in spite of mounting disabilities. It's not a part of the script, but I just want to share one thing. Once her office was on the first floor with no lift, and her colleagues were actually asking her that if she can retire and go away early, it'll be good for her. But Rajkumari is a fighter. She said, doesn't matter, wherever you post me, I will somehow come to the office and I'll somehow work. She remains as an inspiration and a symbol of acceptance to all of us. This is her citation in recognition of her never say die attitude, overcoming severe obstacles, and yet rising to great heights in her career. We commend Rajkumari for being persistent in the face of adversity. She remains an exemplar for living with dignity among the marginalized members of our community. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Rajkumari Chandramukhi to you.
Thank you so much, sir. That was such an inspiration. And that's exactly why the IDPD requires people like this to be awarded. Thank you so much, madam. We are so proud of you. And the entire Rotary family is proud of you. I request Rotarian Vachan to present the video of Madam Chandramukhi. Give her a big round of applause. No hesitation. A much bigger round of applause, please, for all the achievers who have gathered here today. Yeah, the video is being played? Yeah. Vachan sir, is the video ready? Awardee number 4. Could we continue otherwise? Sorry for the slight delay, but it is really worth seeing the motivational story of every achiever.
Hello, good morning everybody. This is D.N. Rajkumari, working presently as Assistant Commissioner of Central Excise, Service Tax, Customs, presently GST, as Assistant Commissioner of the department. I was diagnosed with MS
There is also
in the
a
year
cash award of
2000,
10,000 to Madam Rajkumari
1989,
Chandramukhi.
and from then it's been a long journey, and till 10 years, that is 2009, I was having progressive MS and was treated with steroids, namely methylprednisolone, Visolon tablets, and various other drugs. But fortunately or unfortunately, the progressive MS was stable after that, but the damage was already done to my system, and it has resulted in various disabilities. Like I have been paralyzed on my left side, totally unable to move my whole system, but it has further led to deterioration of all the organs. Namely, I had to undergo treatment for breast cancer twice, and not only that, I had kidney stones due to chemotherapy and radiation. After that, I was diagnosed with a muscular weakness of the heart, and
Thank you so much for that wonderful, inspiring story of fighter who has been battling against all odds and challenges and still with a smile and success. Appreciate you, madam. Now, with our next achiever is Sunil Kumar MJ. Category is muscular dystrophy. I request President Dr. Anupama Savadi from Rotary Basavangudi to read out the citation.
Good evening. At 16, Sunil Kumar was diagnosed with muscular dystrophy, a hereditary condition marked by progressive weakening and wasting of muscles. Despite increasing health issues, he practically equipped himself for a job by learning the necessary skills. His disability has never been a hindrance since the day he joined the Vindhya family in 2009. He grew from a web page analyst to a team leader, assistant manager, and now he is the deputy manager leading a team of 100 members, and successfully at that. He is the role model for many to aspire, have faith, and take the leap. I would like to read the citation. Sunil Kumar, in recognition of his transformational leadership among fellow brethren, we commend his courage and fortitude in overcoming the challenges placed by multiple sclerosis and transforming into a beacon of hope and inspiration. He continues to mobilize positive social change in spite of regressive limitations. We wish you all the best, Sunil Kumar.
Thank you, Rotarian Anupama, for that wonderful reading of the citation. Our hearty congratulations to you, sir, and all the very best. Could we have Mr. Vachan play the video? Kindly request photographs to be taken of all the achievers. Yeah. We appreciate your patience. Oh, okay. What is the audio? Our next achiever would be Mr. Syed Ashik Pasha. Let us just go through this video. A big round of applause, no hesitation. Bring your hands together and increase your positivity. More clapping for all the achievers together. We really appreciate the services rendered by our Vachan sir for displaying the videos. Yeah. We have our next achiever, Mrs. Syed Ashik Pasha. Category is locomotor disability. I gently request President Rotarian Abhilekha from Rotary Yelahanka to read out the citation.
Friends, I have an extraordinary person to be introduced to. So Mr. Syed Ashik is the world's first polio-affected professional wheelchair Bharatanatyam dancer and teacher from Miracle of Wheels. He has trained many students affected like him in wheelchair Bharatanatyam. In the dance, the feet are replaced with 4 wheels of the wheelchair. The repertoire does not violate the rules of Natya Shastra. He has been appreciated by dancing legends such as Srimati Vaijanti Mala, Dr. Maya Rao, and even our former President Abdul Kalam and many more. Syed Ashik has performed in international dance festivals in many countries. Shiva Tandava, Ganesha Vandana, Bhagavad Gita are some of his notable dance performances. So the citation reads this way: in recognition of the outstanding passion to the art form of dance, we commend Syed Ashik on being a trailblazer in his chosen art form. His expertise transcends boundaries of grace and expanding human art. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, madam. It is such an inspiration. It just says that nothing stops us and there is no boundary for what you can do or what you cannot do. Thank you so much. And the video. Next awardee can be ready. Ashwin Kumar. Very nice, very nice. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was such an inspiration. The next awardee before us. Yeah. Very nice. Thank you. Surely, sir, we appreciate that.
हेलो, नमस्ते आप सबको। मेरा जस्ट 1 मिनट आपका लेना चाहूंगा कि मैं अपने डिफरेंटली एबल भाइयों से सिर्फ इतना कहना चाहूंगा कि जब वो ये सोच के ना बैठे कि हमारी कोई हेल्प करेगा, घर में बैठे रहेंगे कि आए हमारे पास कोई आएगा हमारी हेल्प करेगा, गवर्नमेंट हमारी हेल्प करेगा, कोई कभी हेल्प नहीं करेगा। जब तक आप खुद मेहनत नहीं करोगे, जब तक आप खुद एक कदम नहीं बढ़ाओगे, तब तक कोई आपकी मदद नहीं करेगा। आज मैं इस मुकाम पे पहुंचा हूं कि मेरे को अपना जिंदगी का पहला अवार्ड मिल रहा है मुझे, रियली तो बहुत खुश हूँ।
सर, you really deserve this appreciation, sir.
और मैं ये बहुत प्राउडली भी कह सकता हूँ कि मैं दुनिया का पहला व्हीलचेयर भरतनाट्यम डांसर हूँ। अपने अवार्ड का जो क्रेडिट है वो मैं अपने अप्पा मेरे गुरुजी उनको देना चाहूंगा। उनकी वजह से मैं आज इस मुकाम पे पहुंचा हूँ और इस अवार्ड के काबिल हुआ हूँ। थैंक यू सर।
Thank you so much. We are very, very proud of you. India requires and has such wonderful, talented gems in our country. Thank you so much, sir. The next awardee before us is Mr. Ashwin Kumar. Category is low vision. I request Rotarian Ashwini Masti, President, Rotary Harmony to read out the citation. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. It's an honor for me to introduce Mr. Ashwin. If life gives you lemons, make lemonade is the attitude of Ashwin Kumar, the former graphic designer who is now the digital accessibility tester and the technical test lead at Infosys. He lost his sight quickly while working on as a graphics designer. He reskilled himself and initially took up freelancing at Upwork.com, gaining the trust of more than 150 clients globally. His portfolio today has been accredited with a top-rated freelancer badge. Ashwin next focused his attention on web accessibility from DEQ University with necessary help and guidance from Enable India. He also has certification from IAAP Section 508 certification by DHS as his accomplishments. In the recent past, Ashwin has collaborated with an NGO called Visionate. The mentorship program of 16 weeks featured an online training in accessibility testing for people with visual impairment. Ashwin's triumph shines like a lighthouse, guiding ships to navigate the choppy waters of hope and despair. Citation: in recognition of his inspiring turnaround, we commend Ashwin on transforming a life of despair into a fountain of inspiration for others. His expertise and mentorship have made a huge difference in the lives of so many. Congratulations, Ashwin.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much. And in fact,
my name is Ashwin.
when visually
I'm a web accessibility
just given
specialist.
telephone operating jobs,
I work for Infosys Limited.
there is not a sector where people with visual impairment are working, and Ashwin is one such example. Let us look at the video.
Hi, my name is Ashwin. I'm a web accessibility specialist. I work for Infosys Limited as a technical test lead. My expertise is to audit web applications, mobile phone applications for accessibility
Our next awardee
compliance.
is Sharad Nag.
My passion towards digital accessibility is the driving force behind evangelizing, building awareness, and conducting training programs on accessibility testing. There are 1 billion reasons for me to be here because there are 1 billion people with disabilities on this planet. It's as simple as that. But I'm working for one cause, that is making web accessible. So this award means a lot to me. It encourages and puts more responsibility on me towards contributing to a great cause of building an inclusive digital ecosystem. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ashwin. That was really, really inspiring. And people like you should make things accessible for visually challenged to access any website. Thank you so much once again. We have our next awardee, Mr. Sharad Nag. Category is intellectual disability. I request President Rotarian Kashinath U. Prabhu from Lakeside to read out the citation.
Good evening, everyone. Eldrigu Namaskara. Happy to be here today, and it gives me immense pleasure to introduce the award in next category, Intellectual Disability. Mr. Sharad Nag. Sharad is 33-year-old assessed, has a special child with intellectual disability. He has been part of AMOG since 2013 and was one of the first students at AMOG. He excels at work which involves physical movement and has an eye for details. Sharad ensures that quality of work is maintained at all times. He has learned making a variety of products. Citation goes like this: in recognition of his versatility and dexterity in all product making, we commend him for overcoming his limitation and setting a benchmark for others. You are an inspiration, and may he inspire rest to follow suit. Sharad, congratulations to you on this recognition.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And let's look at the video.
My name is V. Sharatla. My father's name is Jera Mala. Age 33 years old. I am with Amok since 2013. I make water pen, doormat, paper bag, leaflet.
That is, in fact, a wonderful, wonderful speech. We really appreciate him. Calls for a big round of applause. One more round of applause.
Music.
Next, Madhusudan H. Yeah, the video's over. Yeah. We would also like to announce that every awardee has been given a cash award of rupees 10,000. This is in recognition and a token of our appreciation, along with the citation. We have our next awardee, Mr. Madhusudan H. Category is locomotor disability. I request Rotarian President Lavanya Shankar from Rotary Spandana to read out the citation.
Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to read out the profile of Madhusudan. Madhusudan works for the ANZ Bank as an analyst. He has distinguished himself as the current state champion of Karnataka in wheelchair tennis, singles and doubles. He has participated in the international tournaments and was the runner-up in the 2014 Bangkok Cup held in Thailand. Madhusudan has locomotor disability and was the youngest ever to represent India at the age of 19 in the wheelchair tennis. Citation states, Madhusudan, in recognition of his mastery in wheelchair tennis in spite of severe limitations, we commend Madhusudan on conquering the tennis court in spite of severe challenges and being a shining example to his fellow brethren. Congratulations, Mr. Madhusudan.
Thank you for that wonderful citation. Can we have a video of Mr. Madhusudan?
Hey guys, my name is Madhusudan. I'm a wheelchair tennis player from Bangalore. I'm a graduate. I'm working for a corporate company for the last 3 years. I've played 6 international tournaments in 5 countries, the last one being in Australia. I was a quarter finalist. I'm currently the singles and doubles champion of wheelchair tennis for Karnataka state. My goal is to represent India at Paralympics in wheelchair tennis and bring the laurels for the country. My hobbies are I like traveling and I like bike riding, so I go for long rides. This is about me. Thank you.
That was wonderful. That was really wonderful. Thank you so much. And we have another sportsman, Mr. Krishna Sheth. Category is blindness. I now request President Rotarian Nisha Bellare from Platinum City to read out the citation.
Krishna Nimish Sheth, who is visually impaired, has won 45 gold, 35 silver, and 27 bronze medals at the district, state, national, and international levels, participating in multiple sports. He has been recognized by the Limca Book of Records India 2017, Mayor's Award Mumbai 2017, India Book of Record India 2019, Maharashtra Kohinoor Beauty Pageant 2019 at Pune. On the 5th of January 2020, in the open category, he was awarded the Bharat Khel Ratna Award 2020, Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee Center for Excellence Certificate of Honor in Field of Taekwondo on 25th of December 2020, Magic Book of Records on 29th of March 2021, India's Emerging Talent 2020 in Fantastic category, held on 24th of July 2021 at Apparel House, Haryana. This award recognizes his special talent and may inspire others to achieve greater heights. His citation reads, Krishna Nimesh said, in recognition of the outstanding sports and showmanship abilities, we recommend Krishna Seth on being a shining example of extreme dedication to his craft. His expertise transcend boundaries of sporting ability and showmanship, culminating in a fine tapestry. Presenting to you Krishna Nimesh Seth. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. In fact, Krishna has been such an inspiration that along with our cash prize, we should have given him a dozen shelves to showcase his trophies. Thank you so much. Let us look at the video.
Hello, I am Krishna Seth, was born 100% visually impaired, currently studying in Standard 10th in St. Roch's High School, Mumbai. I have 45 gold, 37 silver and 27 bronze medal in district, state, national and international level in karate, athletics, gymnastics, kabaddi, chess and various other games. I have represented India in 8th World Taekwondo Expo at South Korea, where I have bagged second place for India. I have attended a daredevil attempt at Marcius Ghat. I was recently awarded by Atal Bihari Vajpayee Khel Ratna Award. I have recorded my name in India Book of Record, Limca Book of Record and Magic Book of Record. I have also won the Maharashtra Kohinoor Pageant 2020. I have received the title of Wonder Boy. In recent, I won the IET award, that is India's Emerging Talent Award. I believe in saying, मंजिलें उन्हीं को मिलती है जिनके सपनों में जान होती है. मंजिलें उन्हीं को मिलती है जिनके सपनों में जान होती है. पंखों से कुछ नहीं होता, हौसलों से उड़ान होती है. हौसलों से उड़ान होती है. Thank you.
Krishna, that was an inspiration. I tell you, you are a born people think about this club going forward. All the very best, and Rotary is very, very proud of you. We next have two of our awardees who are joining us online. Mr. Morris Bayorber from Rotary Club of Obuasi. Category is speech and hearing impairment. I request Mr. Quaim, Secretary Anner, to read out the citation.
Thank you very much, Madam. Morris Bayobo, born on the 22nd of April, 1987, to father Stephen Bayobo and mother Jamilatu Mahama. Morris has 3 siblings with the highest education of an NVTI certificate in welding and fabrication. His current role is the chief welder and fabricator for Naintrack Ghana Limited. Morris has several achievements to his shoulders. He is married with 3 children. He was employed as an attaché at Naintrack Ghana Limited, but was quickly employed as a full-time worker due to his attitude, work industriousness, his technique, and professionalism. He is being admired by all his superiors and colleagues. Morris currently trains several other abled people in welding and fabrication. So for his citation, I read, in recognition of his great skill in welding and fabrication, despite severe limitations, we commend Morris on mastering welding and fabricating in spite of severe challenges and being a shining example to his fellow brethren. Let his determination and tenacity brought about by the inability to hear be a good benchmark for every future generation. Congratulations, Morris. So we shall be presenting the certificates to Morris next week during a similar ceremony that we'll be having during our club meeting. So on behalf of the Rotary Club of Obuasi, on behalf of Rotary District 9102, we say congratulations to Maurice Bayobo. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Can we have a look at the video? Yeah. Thank you so much. That was a silent video. Now we have our last awardee who is also joining us online. Saumya S. Patil. Our category is blindness. I request President Rotarian Dhanashekar from South End to read out the citation.
Thank you, Priya Madam. I thank RBA for giving me this opportunity. Good evening, all. Dr. Soumya Patil, who is currently doing post-graduation in psychiatry in Seth GS Medical College and KM Hospital, Mumbai, will be the first woman with a visual disability to become a psychiatrist in this country and probably all of South Asia. Her disability is due to a severe condition known as congenital glaucoma, which has affected both her eyes from birth. This impairs her reading, mobility, and many other daily functions, along with symptoms such as frequent debilitating headaches. She has successfully overcome many structural and attitudinal barriers in pursuing her medical studies. She is an instrumental part of nationwide Doctors with Disabilities networks and has now been helpful in initiating healthcare professional with visual disabilities group across the country. She has been inspiring other young aspirants with disabilities in pursuing career goals. This is wonderful, ma'am. A few of her mentees figure amongst the 2,683 aspirants for medical education who have been selected after the NEET examination this year. A round of applause, please. She has been a beacon of disability awareness in our college and university. Soumya has been a pillar of strength to other non-disabled persons in their emotional and physical health. Our citation, Dr. Soumya Patil, in recognition of her pursuit of service as a psychiatrist in KM Hospital, Mumbai, we recommend Dr. Soumya for being a beacon in the field of medical or overcoming insurmountable odds. Her compassion towards patients is worth emulating. Her advocacy in disability space is also appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I humbly request all the audience to kindly exhibit patience for a few more minutes before we can go for closing the program and going for dinner. Can we have the video of Madam Saumya S. Patil?
Hello, I am Dr. Saumya Patil, currently doing post-graduation in psychiatry at KM Hospital, Mumbai. I have completed MBBS in Belgaum Institute of Medical Science at Karnataka. I am visually challenged because of congenital glaucoma. Have difficulty in reading and writing because of visual impairment, for which I use monocular telescope. There are also difficulty in crossing roads, walking through new places. I am fortunate that I have good support and encouragement from my family, teachers, as well as friends who helped me in difficult situation, and I have chose psychiatry because I got inspired by Dr. Sharath Philip, who is also visually challenged. Sir is also a psychiatrist who is very supportive, and he is a great senior.
Thank you so much. That was, in fact, one big round of applause for all the achievers who have come today. And they have made our day, the IDPD award ceremony, a grand success. Now, we are almost coming to the close of the program. I request Rotarian Sandeep Ori from the Occasional Services Director from Rotary Bangalore, Club of Bangalore, to express his views.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for this opportunity. Today's program has been inspirational, to say the least, and I'm very happy to be here. I'm Rotarian Sandeep Ori from the Rotary Club of Bangalore. Actually, I moved here from Mumbai in January this year, and just joined the club on 15th of August. So just getting the hang of what works have been done and what projects have been done. The Rotary Club of Bangalore and Rotary Bangalore Abilities have been working together on a lot of projects. But what I'd like to really talk about is what we are actually going to do now in future. There is a one-day chess tournament that we have organized for the visually challenged. That's on Sunday, December 19th, and it's right here in Rotary House over here. We're going to have 35 to 40 visually challenged participants. This is being done in association with the Karnataka State Chess Association for the visually challenged. We will have all the players over here, and it's challenging enough to play chess. It's even more challenging if you're visually challenged. So that's something which is really astounding, and we're going to have that here. There are a lot of visually challenged chess players in and around Bangalore, and you'll be surprised. Please, if you're in the neighborhood, please drop in. It's on Sunday, December 19th from 9 to 6. The other thing is, we've heard a lot about the UN talk about inclusivity and accessibility. You see, there are not very many lifestyle magazines for those who are visually challenged. We get to read a lot of stuff. We have a variety of magazines, but there's not something available, for instance, in Braille. There's an organization called White Print, which actually produces and prints in Braille a monthly magazine, which is on regular lifestyle topics, sports, entertainment, politics, current affairs, news. What we've done is with Rotary Bangalore Abilities, we've identified 27 institutions across the state of Karnataka that deal with visually challenged people. And we are offering this as a subscription to all of them. We'll be doing this for a whole year so that, they can also get it. So when we talk of inclusivity and accessibility, this is what we need to do. We need to just look around. When you talk of accessibility, look at your own websites. There was a gentleman over here who got awarded for that. We don't really realize this. If the fonts are too small on the website, it's really difficult to see, even for older people. Forget about those who are visually challenged. When you have a video which is playing with a lot of audio in it, but if there are no subtitles, people who can't hear, they can't even figure out what's going on. So all you need to do is, whenever you make a video, you make it with subtitles. Whenever you have text on screen, have a voiceover. So the people who are, who can't see, they can at least hear what's going on. These are very small things that we can do even at our end. So that's something that I would request everyone to be aware of in our day-to-day lives. It's not that, Rotary clubs only have to do it or some other organizations have to do it. Look around you, you can also do it. Thank you very much for having me here. And once again, congratulations to all the winners.
Thank you, Rotarian Sandeep, for that recognition of the special needs and small things which can make a huge difference in the lives of persons with disability. Thank you so much, sir. I now request President Arvind, Rotary Bangalore Abilities, to recognize the special contribution and express his gratitude to the juries who have worked extensively for the selection of awardees today, and the well-wishers who have always been standing as a source of support for Rotary Bangalore Abilities. Over to you, President Arvind, expressing your gratitude to the juries.
Good evening, all. So the juries are, good evening, all. The juries are Rotarian Vijay Tadimala and Geeta Balakrishna and Balaji Varadarajan.
A big round of applause for them. I also request you to call the volunteers for their special effort that they have been putting to make this program a grand success.
Yes, I would like to invite all the volunteers in front of the dais and receive a small appreciation from our side for doing so much volunteer work.
A token of appreciation, and if you could kindly express the gratitude, a big round of applause, and Secretary Kranti. Yeah, I request Madam to give away the token of appreciation to all our special invitees. Our juries have put in extra effort. Thank you. Thank you, Balaji Varadarajan, sir. Thank you, Madam Geeta Balakrishnan and Mr. Vijay Tadumalla. We really appreciate the good work of all the volunteers, a special effort from them to make this program a grand success. People who have been working tirelessly for months together to make this program a very, very eventful day. Please come forward. We look forward for a round of photograph. A big round of applause. Come together and take a round of big photograph for our memories and reminiscences. A small announcement by our Devadasan sir. That's okay.
For the vote of time. She will do this.
Coming towards the close of our program, let's have just 2 minutes of patience. I request Secretary Kranti, Rotary Bangalore Abilities, to propose the oath of thanks. Kranti? Over to Kranti.
Good evening, everyone. Before the vote of thanks, there is a small special felicitation we wanted to do to two special persons in our club. Though they are not our club members, they are just a right and left hand for our club. Firstly, I would want to felicitate Zarir sir. Rotarians, Zarir sir, please. May I request Elizabeth ma'am and Arvind sir, Rotarian Elizabeth ma'am and Arvind sir also to come forward. Zarir sir, you have to meet the friend. Thank you very much. The next person we want to felicitate is Rotarian Devadasan sir. Please, sir, you have to be in the front. Because of you, this IDPD award is there today. You are the person who has started it. Thank you so much, sir. I'll not take a long time. Just two more people. Thank you very much, sir. We just wanted to give a token of appreciation and thank our guests, Rotarian Jitendra sir, with whom I'll be working next year. Thank you so much for coming here, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I just cannot forget one special person. Without her, this event would have not been so successful. She was there with us from start till the end to make sure we are ready for everything. She is none other than our Elizabeth ma'am, Rotarian Elizabeth ma'am. Please. Ma'am, you have to go in the middle. Last one. Thank you so much, ma'am. It's an honor and pleasure for me to be here today. I would want to thank each one of you who are present here. Firstly, Rotarian, our international director, Mr. Dr. Rotarian Mahesh Kodbagi, for being there online. It makes a lot of difference for us when he is there. Thank you so much, sir. And our DG sir, Faisal Mohammed sir, Rotarian Faisal Mohammed sir, even though he had a GOV today, otherwise he would be here. Thank you so much for being here, sir. Our PDG Samir Haryani sir, he was there for our program. He could not be here today, but he was there with us for the whole arrangements. Thank you so much, sir. He was the person who got Rotarian Mahesh sir here today for the meeting. He had to call him so many times. He's a very busy person, but then he took his time off and he was there today. Our partnering clubs and our participating clubs, all the co-presidents of Arvind sir and all our my co-presidents who will be there with me for the next year. Thank you so much for being here, sir. And I wanted to thank our sister club who is there online today. This has become an international event only because of them.
And this is the first year we signed the MOU and we have started to do a lot of events with them. Thank you so much for being here, sir. Last but not the least, I'm telling the names, but we cannot tell everyone on the first. So I'm just telling line by line. Vachan sir, Rotarian Vachan sir, for being here. Thank you so much. I would like to call you up on the stage as well. Just for a minute, sir, please. Please, sir. Please. Please, I want you to be there, sir. He is the person who is helping us out for all our events. He helps us out with all our presentations and sharing the presentation and things like that. Thank you so much, sir. I would like to thank President Girish, Rotarian Girish sir, for giving this hall for us and making this event so successful. Thank you so much, sir. And I would also like to thank all the staff who is present here: Shailender, Hamsini ma'am, Satya sir, Shubha sir. I thank you so much for being here and helping us out in all aspects, sir. And I would like to thank all the sponsors who have sponsored for this club. And last but not the least, all the people who are here and the photographer and the team. Thank you so much for being here on time. Actually, before we come, they are here to check if there will be any issues, and they have made this event so successful. Thank you so much, sir. Thanks, everyone, for giving me this opportunity for the vote of thanks. There are two things which I wanted to tell you all. At the reception, there is our newsletter where you can collect it with a small token of appreciation for all of you who have come here. This newsletter is for this year and the activities which we have done for last year. And at our first floor, we have the dinner arranged. Many of them are there. Please join everyone and have your fellowship, sir. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much. One person whom I have not mentioned here is our host, who is MC today. You know how she has done. Our Rotarian Priya, who has done the MC. A big round of applause for her. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. Can I call upon all the presidents who are here for a pic, please? We'll have a national anthem and then we can. Be ready for the picture. It's okay, no? Yeah. We will take a picture, but before the picture, you can please come. We will have a national anthem also. Both. First ours.
Thank you, Kranti. Thank you, Kranti, for that wonderful vote of thanks. But let us end the program. Stand up in reverence for the national anthem of both countries, India and Ghana. And thank you all for your cooperation.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Jai. Now we have the next national anthem of country Ghana.
bless our homeland, Ghana, and make our nation great and strong. Oh, to defend forever the cause of freedom and of right. We lost with true humility, make us sharing fearless honesty, and help us to raise us our precious rule with all our will and might forevermore. And help us to raise us our precious rule with all our will and might forevermore.
Thank you very much for your patience. The meeting is adjourned. All of you join us for dinner. Thank you.